So, Sauce, now that you're back with us, if you'd like to go ahead and get the show started. We've got a decent crowd here, 15 people already.
Yeah, it's great. We got the Q&As going, so you got the Google Plus. If you're using the Google Plus app or YouTube to watch us live, you can always be putting questions up. We got already people like Jackson and Legendary Taylor, Matt Kelly. They're already saying, "What's up, guys?" We got a lot of topics because you guys used hashtag walking off, so that's great. Appreciate you doing that. And Outside Slider here is going to help guide the show. We got a lot of cool topics that you submitted that we're going to cover, and they range from everything from regular baseball, Hall of Fame. I know we got some Hall of Fame trade deadlines in there too, right? Outside Slider.
Yes, sir. There's going to be some interesting things happening in baseball between here and October. The second half is always wild, man. So we're going to have a lot of stuff to talk about.
Sweet. So what? And of course, we will have the Eddie Gamboa giveaway ball. You see it up here, and we'll be doing that a little later on. So stay tuned for that. If you haven't used hashtag Eddie Gamboa, that's how you'll enter. We're going to pick a winner live randomly, so we'll do that.
That's right. It's one lucky winner.
Real quick, Sauce, are you able to select topics from people's questions, or do I have to do that right now?
I think we all can, right? Okay. Actually, no. It's only the moderators, so Outside Slider and Method Man. You guys have all the controls for that.
All right. Outside Slider, go ahead and do all that if you don't mind. What the fuck? One of my buddies is calling me.
What's up, guys? I just saw the Q&A. So in the future, guys, we just all need to log in under the same account. That's the best way to do it, because it makes no difference once we're in here. For tonight, Sauce, if you get disconnected again, maybe you could rejoin us under the group.
There's a good chance of that, yes.
Everybody's been having internet troubles lately, and it's definitely affecting the gameplay in the show too. Not just with us, but hopefully next time we can talk about like what some of the differences are between cheese and bad connection, and kind of how to look at that. I think Derek can speak to that really well.
I can tell you, I am not cheesing you guys when I drop.
Are we talking about that tonight?
No, not tonight. Because it's gonna take too long. But probably next time we'll have to devote like 15-20 minutes on how to combat cheese and how to identify lag switching, stuff like that.
Derek got really excited there for a second.
One of my best topics.
we can put some people on blast too. We can put their name up on the screen and everything.
Oh yeah, they love that.
Yeah. So tonight though, let's get it started with just some general baseball stuff. I'm gonna pull some of our tweets up here for people to take a look at what came in through Twitter. Here's our first one.
All right.
Swaggy P Games. This is I think this was one from your stream, Matt. What got you guys into baseball?
From my stream, okay. Well, I guess I'll start then. I guess more than anything, probably. I mean, I started playing baseball when I was 5 years old, I want to say, and so I mean, at that age, you really don't have the know-how to really say like, oh, I want to play baseball. It's more like your family kind of guides you in a direction, and my family was always big on like every sport and everything, so that's kind of what got me into it. And now, I mean, more than anything, I kind of got disconnected from baseball for a while because I just really got bored with it, in a sense. But to be honest, MLB The Show, this is the first one, like anybody that's been in my streams heard me say this a million times, in about 10 years of playing MLB The Show. And it's got me into watching baseball again and like really enjoying the game and like really getting that passion that I had back for it when I was young. And I'd have to give some credit to MLB The Show.
You were a Mariners fan like me. It was rough going for a lot of years, man.
Yeah. They were really good like back in the Griffey era and all that, and then that 1 year like post Griffey, like I think that was Ichiro's rookie year when they hit 115 wins. Is that right?
Yeah. Was it his rookie year or his second year?
One of the two. And so yeah, other than that though, I mean,
is that the year they won like 120 games and lost in the first round?
Yeah, I think they lost. Didn't they lose to the Indians too? I feel like that's the case. But
I thought it was the Yankees or something.
I gotta look at it.
Is that 2001?
2001 or two? I think. I don't know.
Let's see. I'm looking it up right now.
Could be 99.
2001. 2001.
Yeah, I think that was Ichiro's rookie year.
And who did they lose to? Cleveland Indians. Yep. Wait, no. After defeating the Cleveland Indians, they succumbed to the New York Yankees in 5 games in the ALCS. So that's what happened.
Yeah.
It was very disappointing.
I don't like that first round format. That sucks.
That year of baseball, like being from Ohio and like in the Mariners, you don't get to watch a lot of games on TV. I would watch the ticker the entire fucking time on SportsCenter just to see what the scores of the games were when the Mariners were playing. Because you didn't have internet back then to pull up games, obviously. So watch the ticker at the bottom of the SportsCenter screen all night just to see what the score was. And I would do it the whole time, too. It was crazy.
Holy shit, that's worse than, like, transistor radio.
Yeah, it really is. But, I mean, that's how passionate of the game I was back then, and, like, especially the Mariners and all that. But, yeah. 3 hours of just watching the SportsCenter ticker. And then, like, those moments when they finally got games that you could watch on TV were awesome. Like, playing the Indians. And actually, one funny story, sorry to keep rambling on, but I remember there was one game that season, the Mariners were beating the Indians in the regular season, like 14-1 or something. And the Indians came back and won the game. And because we went to the game, because it was in Cleveland, and we went to like the game 2 days later. It was a 4-day series, and my brother, it finished at like 1 a.m. in the morning, and he's fucking pulling in the driveway because he's an Indians fan, and he's like beeping the horn at 1 a.m. in the morning, like all hyped up that the Indians came back, and I was like, fucking asshole, dude. I was already sleeping by that point, but I was so pissed. But it was just funny. I thought it was pretty cool.
It's cool. That's very cool. I definitely got into baseball around Ken Griffey Jr. I thought he still has the sweetest swing. Who has a better swing in all of baseball history than Ken Griffey Jr.?
Nobody.
Frank Thomas, the Big Hurt, was probably my favorite player. I loved watching him, man. He looked like the Hulk among like these skinny little outfielders, and then like you had Frank Thomas, Albert Bell, Ken Griffey Jr.
Those guys were all clean too, as far as I know.
Yeah, and like Cecil Fielder was clean because look how big Prince Fielder is. I mean, that's in their DNA.
Yeah.
What about you, Derek?
I mean, kind of like your situation. You're growing up as a little kid. I mean, that's all there is to do where I'm from. I mean, you start T-ball, move up to Little League. And that's really all you have to do all summer. I mean, go with your friends to the field, play catch all the time. Now, as far as recently, I was there was a few years where I was not into baseball as much. I think it had to do with there not being a baseball game to play. As oddly as that sounds. I think after MVP Baseball and EA stopped making it, I was kind of disappointed. I didn't have anything to play. I mean, I still watched games. I still was into it, but I was like, damn. The Cardinals even won the World Series in '06, and then after that, it was just like, there's nothing to play. And I tried 2K Baseball. Didn't really like it, and then it really got re-energized when I got that MLB The Show 09. I don't know if you guys are kind of like that, but when you're playing the video game, for some reason it just gets you more into it, and I don't know. That's just kind of weird, but I guess that's my spill.
Makes me think of Dazed and Confused, the movie. It's like one of my favorite movies of like those just like old comedies and whatnot, but just the whole thing of going to the field and playing in the summertime. It's like that whole first part of the movie.
That's all we did when we were younger, just go play catch or do a home run derby or whatever.
Wiffle ball days.
Wiffle ball. I still play wiffle ball all the time, like competitively.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so fun.
Yeah.
It's a different art to pitching in wiffle ball too.
You got to get the sandpaper and scuff the ball. Take a knife or some kind of something and put some grooves in it, so when the ball starts spinning, that air hits those grooves and just nasty dips, dives, rises,
dodges.
We used to break them on purpose and then re-duct tape a couple strips around different angles to get the best aerodynamics.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
think
we were
I-
pretty hardcore.
I think I played more slow pitch softball recently more than wiffle ball, and it's fun too. But I mean, there's some guys that they take it so serious.
Oh yeah.
How far are your fences, Derek, for slow pitch?
Well, it just varies. I don't really remember. I played a few different leagues. They're not too
You
far.
hit jacks?
Me, no, I'm not really a home run hitter. But I mean, there's home run limits in the leagues I played in. You only can hit like 2 per game or something.
Yeah.
So
I was just telling a story because back when I was in 7th grade, I told this in my stream the other day actually. I was keeping score for softball games. I would get paid to do it. It was the best job I ever had, to be honest. And it was the playoffs and the first round of the playoffs too, I think. And the one team, 2 outs, like the final inning of the game, and they hit a line drive out to center field, and the dude looks like he catches it, but you can see like plain as day he trapped it. So the ump called him out, and the team that lost were getting in his fucking face, like pushing the guy around and everything. It's like, are you kidding me? Like,
take it serious. And I'm pretty sure some of those guys are juiced that are playing that I've seen playing.
yeah,
Roid rage, man.
it's pretty insane how serious people take slow pitch.
I mean, it's fun. I don't like losing or anything. I try my hardest, but there's people that's all they do. Like
Right.
they just go to the cages and work on their swing. But hey, I mean that's kind of what we do with streaming and shit. So
True.
whatever
Each his
fun
own.
for them.
So
Ready.
I think a lot of people are running into this screen right now. If you're using your mobile phone trying to watch, and it looks like it's just taking you to the event page, and that's fine. You won't be able to watch live from there. What you want to do is either get on YouTube or Google Plus, get that app, and that'll be a lot easier than just going to the event page. So you won't be able to stream, it looks like, just from your mobile website, at least from
So-
the link we're giving.
Real quick, Sauce. If they're running into that site, how are they gonna see you say that?
You know, you think of everything, don't you? Yeah, we'll tweet that out. How about we tweet that out? That's a good idea.
While you do that, I'm gonna go grab another beer. 'Cause
It
it's
is working
Friday.
on my mobile. The link is working on my mobile, so it might be spotty.
So
But one of the
you-
2 links should be working.
it's on your like web browser, or it's on the app.
It is on the app.
Yeah, so they got to get the app.
I'm
Alright.
still learning this Google Plus stuff too. I never really used it, Google Plus. I mean, do people actually use Google Plus like Facebook or something?
It's becoming more popular, yeah.
Really?
But it's set up a little different, man. You missed some stuff because you were ripping packs on stream. But
Yeah.
when we're done here, I'll show you a couple little tricks that we found out that'll make it a lot easier for everybody. We're still learning it though. Like, it's new too. Is the other thing. They're still adding and changing
I know.
stuff.
Yeah, I know. A couple years ago, it was required to have a Google Plus account to do YouTube, right? They just changed that. And I don't know. And then they buy YouTube, or I don't know.
Google owns YouTube, yeah.
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 And they make it problematic to watch on mobile on purpose so that you have to go and download their apps. So,
Well, isn't it on mobile? You won't get ads. Is that why?
I'm not sure.
I think that's why. Cause yeah.
Yeah, that would make sense because there are a lot of different reasons they want you to download their app, but that would be the biggest one.
Yeah.
In the meantime, if you guys are, if you're talking or texting to anybody or tweeting, tell them to get the app or go on computer or tablet. Tablet is not mobile, actually.
I just saw one of the comments says Method Man is gonna get drunk.
Yeah, that's
Um,
probably true, dude.
Here's the thing, like I have this late night GSC talk show later tonight, and I wasn't really planning on drinking, but then I noticed like all the other people that are the hosts of the late night show, were all posting pictures of already being like drinking several hours ago while I was still at work. So I feel like it would only be wrong and an injustice if I did not drink as well. So,
This is very nice of you. It's very thoughtful.
absolutely. So we're gonna drink some beers tonight.
Yeah, on mobile, if you guys are watching on mobile, the Q&A will not work on mobile. So that's the type of stuff that Google is still trying to figure out. I feel like they rushed the Google Plus thing in a lot of ways, but they're also, what they do have out there works pretty well. So it's lacking in some things. If you guys, like Matt Man, I know you can hear me right now, go ahead and put your questions in the page chat, and we'll keep an eye on that too. If you can get into the Q&A, though, keep them coming in the Q&A because that's where we're looking first.
Oh, yeah, let's go.
So what's up next? Yeah, I agree. What's up next?
All right, let's go. Let's move on.
Peralta, let's go. All right, sorry.
You think Peralta will be a gold?
I've been saying it since April 1st, and it hasn't happened, so.
Here we go, boys.
But one day there will be a big update.
I actually have the game on. He just hit a RBI single or double here. Single.
This is a single.
Yep.
They had some weird shift on him.
He nearly took off the pitcher's head, so it's a good sign. He'll get upgraded.
Yeah, upgrade coming.
I think the problem with Peralta is his speed and defense aren't there. So like when we talk about Jock Peterson, when we talk about some of those guys that have really good hitting, it's the speed in and the fielding that probably are keeping him back from a higher overall.
Yeah, I mean,
so I think the case with Peralta.
His fielding metrics were off the charts last year, and it's still pretty good this year. But I mean, it's just a little bit above average, I'd say.
Yeah, it's just how he's rated in the game, whether or not he's in real life.
I don't even know if they look at metrics for defense. It's kind of frustrating, but it is what it is. He's still a quality shortstop to use.
Yeah, he is.
Right.
And his defensive numbers aren't that bad. I think I looked him up. I don't know. That was kind of early in the season.
His metrics or his attributes on the game?
Or his numbers is like I don't remember what I looked up.
I think it's like 3 point. I think it's 3 over or something, which is like above average defensive.
Yeah. There are a lot of good reasons why he should be.
But he's always been above average or higher at shortstop. It's like when he went to third or left field, that's where his metrics went down defensively for some weird reason. I don't know. You think he'd be more of a third baseman, better at third base, but
I was wondering, like, I think maybe he still could end up there. I don't know, maybe not. Not with that club, but he's moved around a lot.
Yeah.
Real quick, someone asked when are we going to say the 25K Stubbs winner? A lot of the topics that you guys put in for Twitter are going to be what we discussed today, and we're going to pick the winner at the end of it, so just to give you a heads up.
That's correct. We will do it by sort of vote.
As well as the Eddie Gamboa baseball.
That's right. That's what I was going to say. Just
I'd rather have the baseball. Just saying.
Same.
All right, let's go. Let's take the next one, man.
Also the potato internet. What?
What do you guys think about this year's Hall of Fame class? And who do you think got snubbed? That's from XK Cat.
I really wish we had a list of some of the Hall of Famers on the list.
Yeah, I'd have to look it up, man.
Oh, do you guys really wish that we had that,
huh? If only we were prepared for such a question.
Sauce, remember how I was saying that you got to give me a little bit of time?
Oh, yeah, no, it'd be great to see a list, though.
You got to remember CJ's been drinking, too.
And here we go, boys. Look what we got here.
Oh, list.
Hey.
So click on your webcam there, CJ, so we can look at it.
It should already be up.
There you go.
Yeah, it should have been there. All right, so there we were. I didn't think it turned out that bad. I thought it was a lot better than last year, personally. But take a look, guys. Take a look at these top ones. And
who do we think got snubbed?
What do we think of the guys that got in versus the guys that didn't get in? I think is kind of what he's trying to say.
So remind me, you got to have, what, 75%?
On your first round.
So that's where Piazza, no.
Yep.
They hardly ever make it their first time, right? Or is that...
No, they hardly ever do.
It's really hard. I like the guys that got in. I mean, you can't really say much bad about any of those four players, to be honest. I mean, Randy Johnson.
Dude, Pedro Martinez could go down as the best pitcher ever because of what he did during the steroid era.
Hell yeah.
He was pitching now. Dude, that dude could have sub 1 ERA. Like, I mean, he had like what, a sub 2 ERA or sub 2.5 ERA when
I think it was 191, something like that. Yeah.
And he pitched in Fenway Park.
Yep.
Yeah. Randy Johnson deserved it. Smoltz deserved it because he was. It's cool about Smoltz. He was a closer and a starter. I think he's the only one.
He was awesome at both of them too.
And saves, right?
Yep.
And Biggio was just like he just had a solid career. Started off as a catcher. He played a little outfield, I think, and then he moved to second. I want to say that. I don't know. He was a solid player for Houston for many years. I don't know.
No, he did move to second, I think, man. I think you're right.
Yeah, I know he came out as a catcher.
He's also a really good guy. I don't know if you guys have seen any interviews with him or anything, but he's like one of the most humble ball players you can find. He gives all credit to everybody else. And, he was always kind of a quiet guy, like on the field during his day too.
Yeah. So I think we all agree the top 4 are definitely deserving. But let me ask you guys. Let's go down to Clemens and Bonds.
Bottom 4.
What about Piazza too, and Sosa and McGuire and Sheffield?
Well, I mean, have you guys ever read the book Game of Shadows?
I don't think I read that one.
It's about the Bonds and the whole, just the Balco and everything else, all the steroids, and it just paints this just terrible picture of how Bonds is involved. And I can never believe that he did anything legitimately. And you can just look at him too. There's always been that, but after I read that book, it's just incredible. And the guys who wrote it, they're really good journalists and reporters who have done big stuff before. So I believed it, and I'll never give him any respect. And McGuire, same thing. I mean,
that's probably why they're never going to get in, man. And
yeah, Cardinal Bird as a Cardinals fan, I mean, McGuire must have crushed you when all that came out.
For obvious it sounds, I never was like a huge McGuire fan because we were not winning. I mean, the home run race was cool. Went to a few of his games when he hit a home run during that year. It was fun, but I like the team now because we're winning. I mean, it sucks. I mean, it was an awful situation. I don't know if he handled it the best. He just kept saying, I don't want to talk about the past. But
I mean, if you were old enough to be alive and to be old enough to remember the Sosa McGuire race, that was like the coolest thing ever. And I watched every night, every at bat for like that month and a half or two. It was just unreal.
Now, do you guys remember the All-Star break that year? And I think Pedro Martinez started, and it was at Fenway. And then I remember the home run derby. McGuire, I can't remember who he played in the finals. I mean, that was just a fun year of baseball.
It was so fun, and even the Bonds, chased to 70 and all that. That was cool too.
Didn't he play Griffey and Griffey beat him or something?
It could have been it. I know he crushed it. He broke a record, and then I think he lost in the finals.
Was that 98 or 99? 98?
Maybe. I thought it was 99. I might be getting it mixed up.
Yeah, it might be, man.
Regardless, those are some good years of baseball.
Yeah, so I'm wondering what you guys think about those guys getting into the Hall of Fame. To go back to his question, though, we saw a lot of those guys. I mean, for sure, it's holding them back. People have to remember that. Like, this is done by the sports writers, man. This isn't done by the fans or the players or anybody who's really like in the baseball community. They're kind of on the outside looking in from a media perspective, and there's definitely been a lot of talk about those guys on roids being shunned. I mean, I think Barry Bonds deserves to be there. I think Pete Rose deserves to be there too, but like we don't have enough time to get into the whole roids issue or anything like that.
Yeah.
But would you guys vote? I guess my question is, would you guys vote for those guys, or how big of a factor would their PED use be if you were a voter?
It's weird. I would probably vote for him. I mean, it's just because there's so many people out there that we don't know for sure if they did or not, and you're just kind of getting to a gray area, and then it's just like you don't know who did or didn't for sure. And I still believe Barry Bonds is out. Maybe besides Babe Ruth, is probably the best player that ever played, steroids or not.
And that's the shame. That's the shame. He had the talent. He had the talent, and he didn't need to take it. And but he did. And I think as a result, you got to write off almost half his career.
Yeah, I mean, we pretty much know, but did he actually get proven? I mean, did they prove it that he did, or did he come out and say it? I don't think he did he?
You talking about Barry?
Yeah.
No, but he was in the Mitchell report, right?
Yeah, and he was indicted for perjury and all that. I know he got cleared recently, but
regardless, I was still.
It was clear as day he was on roids, though.
Yeah,
look at the pictures from Pirates to Giants. Too. Yeah. And McGuire too. Man, I was a huge McGuire fan. I was actually a really big A's fan when I was young, and I was a Bash Brothers fan and all that. And you could definitely see the difference in McGuire, and he looks like he's just as big as when he retired with the Cards.
I remember playing MLB PA baseball on the Sega with the Oakland A's all the time because they had Ricky Henderson, Mark McGuire, Jose Canseco, and whoever the fuck else was on that team. But they were just ridiculously good, dude. You'd be smashing homers all the time.
There's that, yeah, Dave Henderson too, and
Yeah, that was back in like '95, I think, when that game came
Yeah.
out.
who was their catcher? Oh, Terry Steinbach. Yeah, those were fun times, man. The the earthquake during the World Series and everything. Those were good baseball times too.
And I think what makes it easy to hate Barry Bonds, he's such a jerk, man. Like, to be different. Like McGuire's did a little bit more in the community. He's just a nicer guy. It just makes it that much easier to hate him. But I'm probably going to be the oddball and say I would actually vote for him still, because I still think he's one of the greatest players ever.
See, here's my thing. I don't disagree with you, man. I've always kind of felt like steroids made the game more enjoyable. I mean, sure, it's cheating and everything, and I understand that, and I completely agree that people shouldn't cheat, but it made that whole era of baseball, like we were just saying, such a fun time to watch all the time. And shit, man, if people want to risk killing themselves to make baseball more enjoyable for me, then go for it.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. What makes it cheating? Just because, like, why does it
rules? I mean, really, that's all it is. Is that they made rules to go against it. I get what you're saying, and I kind of.
I mean, I just watched a video on the steroid thing, and
I mean, I think the biggest reason why it's a rule is because steroids, if you're not taking them correctly, will seriously ruin a lot of your organs. And your body.
I don't want to get into all the debate here.
Yeah, so let me read you. This is the book, Game of Shadows, by Mark Faunawada and Lance Williams. Really good. I'll read you one sentence in it. It said, nevertheless, proof of Bond's drug use exists, most of it in the possession of federal agents. So that's in the book. If you ever want to read it, it's a little thick book, but it's a great read, especially if you want to think about, around the Hall of Fame and all the debate like we're having now, whether or not he should be in the Hall of Fame. McGuire, other guys like Palmeiro, I don't think there's really a debate about him.
The writers are never going to let those guys in.
Right, and that's the thing. Like I agree with everyone what you guys have said. I think it's part of baseball history, and the stats, got juiced along with the guys, and that's what it is. It's just part of history. Just like, guys used to use spitballs and guys who are deflating footballs and whatever else. It's all just part of the game, and it'll be a memory. But I'm not gonna make these guys heroes for cheating for years and years and years.
I mean, you had pitchers back in the day though that got on the Hall of Fame, and they were known for spitballs, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
So.
All right, what's up?
We could have a whole episode about this, and I actually think we kind of should, actually. I mean, because it's such an interesting thing, and it's going to become even more relevant as more of these guys who've been busted for PEDs enter their sort of Hall of Fame eligibility. Baseball is going to have to figure out what to do, and I think they should kind of turn to the fans and shows like this to figure out what the best approach is, because you can't put asterisks by everybody either. So
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's move on for now, and we'll come back to that later. But that's a really good question. This one's fun. We have a little contest going on the Angels Club between Albert Pujols and Mike Trout for MLB home run leaders. And this one came from Major Dangles out of Matt's stream.
Major
Dangles.
He's a fucking regular in your guys' streams.
Yep.
And he's a huge baseball fan too, man. So I'm glad we could get him on here. This is a good question. We also have a poll for this on our Google Plus page. You can vote and tell us who you think is going to win in the end. And it's an interesting sort of thing. But there's the home run leaderboards. I'm surprised kind of that Pujols is at the top. I don't know about you guys, but I think he's got a good shot at it. He's still got a great swing. He's got a lot of power. I'm happy to see it personally. Maybe Derek's not, though.
No, I'm glad to see him do well. I mean, we could use him right now because that's the one position we need, first base. But I think Pujols' swing is more built for home runs now. Back then, he used to be more of a get opposite field hitter. He used to just be able to get base hit. It's really all or nothing, but he's just got more of a home run, dead pull swing. Trout's kind of to all fields. I think it will be Pujols.
I agree. I don't think Trout necessarily has quite as much power as Pujols overall at this day and age, and I see Trout getting more base hits and having a better batting average.
I think Trout's slugging will be better. because he's consistently getting more doubles and whatnot and the speed. But home runs, I'd go Pujols.
I think Pujols has a much better chance of injury actually, so I'm gonna go with Trout just because I don't think Pujols is gonna finish the year healthy.
Valid point.
But I think Giancarlo Stanton, when he comes back, could still end up winning the home run race, even though he's going to be a couple weeks behind.
Yeah, these are. I cut off the total number of home runs.
I've got it here. I got. So it's Pujols with 29, Trout 28, Stanton 27 with Martinez and Harper all have 27. So Stanton, even though he's been out already for how many weeks, and he's going to be out for a few more, very well could still be in the race at the end of it if he comes back healthy. I know it's his hand.
They're going to delay it though because they're already out of the race.
I think they'll try to give him some at-bats. I mean, this will be another season then that he wouldn't finish. That would be terrible.
By the way, Cishek to the Cardinals. Let's go.
Are you serious? That just happened?
It happened earlier today.
But, Rosenthal's, he's not going to be a closer. He's just...
No. It has a lot of depth, though, because Walden's out. So we have, 4 potential guys, or 4 guys that could close, really.
Did they just sign him, or did they have to move anybody?
No, we traded a prospect.
Cash?
Yeah, it was a prospect. I think it was a double-A. I don't even know who it was.
I just want to say about Kurt Schilling on that Hall of Famers list, I was a little surprised that he didn't get more votes. I always thought, in fantasy baseball, it was Randy Pedro Schilling. I know there's the question here. So.
Yeah.
He was a hell of a pitcher.
Yeah.
He was an awesome guy, too. Anytime you ever saw him in interviews or anything, he was just always, giving everybody credit, CJ said and everything.
And if you saw the new pack, the Cooperstown bound, it's 13,326, and the reason why that's a zip code for Cooperstown, if you didn't know that.
Oh, that's cool.
And then,
oh wow!
And in the Cooperstown, you can go see Schilling's Bloody Sock. It's there.
So everybody should go do that, so they see that it wasn't ketchup or food coloring or whatever they accused him of.
Yeah, technically, Schilling took steroids too because of those cortisone shots.
It's true.
So I don't want to get into that again, but
no, but you're right, man. I think that did hold. I'm sure some writers, especially the older guys, are going to hold those things against.
You really
them.
think he would? I don't think they would. I was just kind of being a.
No, I do actually. I've read a lot about that particular thing, but we'll get into it at a different time.
Schilling would be an awesome legend. Him and Randy Johnson for the game. Oh God, I loved using him.
Those two would be nasty.
Dude, Randy would be so sick.
Just thinking of how
they program the game just to make a guy that fucking tall.
They have his delivery in the game too. So it's weird. They have both their deliveries, I believe.
Do you think it really looks like it though? It looks a little.
Yeah, I used to make my DD guys. I had some tall lefties, and I would try to give him his delivery.
That 3/4 slot thing, man.
Yeah. He was just one big redneck, man. Always had the biggest chaw in his mouth.
I almost got his autograph.
I don't know how he didn't pass out from having so much shit in his mouth.
Because I remember I was going to a Cardinals game. They were playing the D-backs, and my dad always made us go fucking 4 hours early to go get autographs. I was like a little kid, and I saw him get out of the taxi cab, went right up to him and asked him, and the fucker just walked right by. I was like, oh.
No, he was such a dick. He's a different guy now, though, man. As a D-backs fan, I've seen some of the Hall of Fame promos they've been putting on, and they're putting him on the podium a lot, and he's a different guy than he used to be. And he'll talk forever now.
I got a lot of cool players' autographs. You guys remember John Rocker, that crazy ass guy? I got a Matt Williams autograph as a manager now.
John Rocker's that racist fucker.
Yeah, he was cool. I remember meeting all those guys, and Randy Johnson was the only one that wouldn't give me the autograph. So
that was Edgar for me.
I remember that shit.
Me too. Me too, Derek. It was Edgar for me. Snubbed me 3 different times. We used to go to winners games. Edgar Martinez.
Oh, wow.
I know.
So he's not going to get in the Hall of Fame then.
No, he's not going to get.
Not if we have anything to do with it.
I actually put a tweet out about that, Matt, when I sent you those Griffey cards.
That's another debate. The whole DH thing, him and David Ortiz and maybe Tomei and Frank Thomas, even though they did place him first.
Didn't Walker?
Walker was a hell of a right fielder.
Yeah.
How are we doing on viewers? Just curious.
At the moment, we are at 45. We were at 49 a minute ago.
Very cool. So we are going to do the Gamboa giveaway. We also have a Stubbs giveaway. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes.
We do.
Go ahead, Slider.
25,000 Stubbs to anybody who follows Method Man and Cardinal Bird on Twitch and submitted a question.
And this is not any kind of illegal stuff, right? This is all approved?
That's right. Absolutely.
No, we didn't hack anything.
We don't
No.
do that. Yeah, we don't do that.
Yeah, we're going to
Legal.
save that for next time, too. But, yeah, this is all above board and with the blessing of everybody who cares. So, should we go to the next one?
Yes.
Let's do it.
All right.
Let's do it.
Can somebody keep an eye on the general chat on our Google Plus page? I'm missing some questions that have come in. One of them was that Hank Aaron used amphetamine, so we can add that to discussion when we come back to the roids and stuff. All right. All the trades in MLB and how it will affect the market collection prices from MLB The Show 625. I know it's hard to predict trades because there are surprises every year, but there have been talks about trading Cole Hamels and maybe Johnny Cueto or Aroldis Chapman, and now I'm hearing Yasiel Puig. What do you guys think about how that might affect the market or collection prices, especially with the Hamels one?
Come on.
Well, with Hamels,
There we go.
I don't think that'll affect it too much because he's like what 6,000 or 7,000 stubs, and maybe depending on what the packs are. I haven't been on MLB at all today to see what prices are. Cliff Lee, obviously is always going to be the really expensive part of that entire thing, which was awesome when I pulled him in a pack last night. That was fucking crazy. But other than that, I with that one specifically, I don't see it affecting things too much. Just other players will probably space out more. Either that or Cliff Lee will end up selling for what, 50K now instead of 42 that he was at last night.
Yeah, I think it's Cueto that could, since he's a 92, have a real. He could be the game changer. Him and David Price, if they do deal David Price from the Tigers, because you think about the better legends and what teams they're on. We're talking about who are some of the buyers? Let's talk about that. Who would be a buyer? That's in the race right now.
Well, a lot of people are saying Dodgers.
So Dodgers, so Oral Hershiser are not really gonna. That's not gonna impact either of those pitchers.
Cubs.
Hmm?
The Cubs.
Cubs. So you got Ernie Banks. That could have an impact. A 92 pitcher, right? Or Banks is what, a 93?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So that could have an impact. You also have, if the Yankees are in it for whatever reason, there's Yogi there, and also then you think about the Reds. So Cueto leaves. I think Cueto is going to be likely traded. So then you got to think about the Reds collection. And I actually asked you this last time, Cardinal Bird. I think we talked about, if Johnny Bench is even interesting, then, well, who would really assume the value of Johnny Cueto or maybe bump up? There's Votto, there's Frazier, but I really think it's Aroldis Chapman that would go up even higher. And that's if he doesn't get an upgrade of his own. So he could have a double kind of hit there.
Yeah, it's very. It might just all three of them might go up a little bit, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely something to consider.
Yeah, I think the other guys are like Cespedes of the Tigers. I don't think that really impacts a whole lot. We know we got Cashmere got traded, right? Did you know that, guys?
Yeah. Yep. That's a good pickup.
I don't think Matt heard about that yet.
Hey, Matt, did you hear about the Cashmere trade?
Are you kidding me? Who'd he go to?
It doesn't matter. So, trades like that aren't really going to impact the collections too much. But think about those high gold guys, David Price and Cueto especially.
Yeah, Cueto, I forgot. Absolutely. Yep.
Cashmere's a silver, right? Or is he gold?
He's silver.
Silver, yeah.
He should be a gold. I don't know. It
He
seems like
was a gold, I think, wasn't he, Sauce? I think he was right at the fringe, maybe at the very beginning, or am I tripping?
Something. He's right around the fringe, yeah. They're not going to move him up, though.
Yeah, there was a point where he was doing pretty well, and there was a lot of thought that he might get upgraded, and it never happened.
He killed it on my fantasy team last year. He was,
I had him too. He killed it at first, then he slowed down like the last month or two. It was terrible. The whole team.
The A's did, yeah. Good questions, guys. Keep them coming. We're seeing them. We're not keeping track of the Twitter ones because that's for in advance of the show. But join the Q&A or join the Google Plus page, and we will definitely catch your questions. I don't know if anybody's watching the YouTube or not.
I'm watching. I think the Google Plus comments are the same ones that are going on YouTube. I'm watching there.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So.
Cool.
So, yep. Keep going, CJ.
All right. So this next one is from a friend of our show, if I can get it up here. Maybe
That's what she said to him.
Yeah, exactly. I know. I remembered what I was talking about right halfway through that. There we go. From Twin Gaming. Yay, Twin.
Hey, twin.
What's
Twin?
up, buddy? We love Twin Gaming. And he also, by the way, has agreed to come on the show as a guest in the future. So
Nice.
that'll be awesome. He has a great stream. You guys can find a link to Twin Gaming stream on our profile page. If you haven't checked him out, definitely do it.
And
How would
there's
a
his Twitter
story?
account.
There's his Twitter account, exactly. How would a storyline help or not help Road to the Show? Derek's gone.
Well,
Let's go to Derek, and he's gone.
I'm back.
Matt loves Road to the Show.
Yeah, Matt, take it.
I really hate Road to the Show with a passion.
I can.
And it's just too boring for me. But I mean, that's something that I think would make it a lot more fun. I played NBA 2K's storyline back, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and I was addicted to it. I don't think I ever played one online game of it. I was always playing my player, and it was a lot of fun. And I saw somebody's reply to that tweet as well earlier today, where they said that they think it would just make the whole thing too like mainline, too streamlined and whatnot. And it could, and with MLB, I could very well see that happening. But I mean, you would think as good programmers and stuff, it wouldn't be that hard to say if X then Y, and have like a bunch of those different options to where you can like make it go your own way, basically, Lindsey Buckingham style.
Do you guys play NBA 2K, like the My Player mode? Because I
I played
it
it last year a lot, yeah.
Yeah, I played it a lot the past few years, and
It's
I don't
fun,
think it'll.
man.
I don't really like it anymore. It's too linear, and it feels something more for like little kids. Because like I was in the before a game, I was in the locker room, and my teammate stole my cell phone. Like, who does that? That's something like little girls do, you know? And I don't know. If they add something to Road to the Show, for one, I don't think they're ever going to do that. For two, I mean, is it going to help their profit margins? Is it going to help their main line? And I don't think it will unless they enter some type of team-up online mode. And that's going to that's going to take a few years. I don't see that happening anytime soon. If they did, that'd be awesome. I think they just need to add a few things to Road to the Show, though. I like it. It's something I play when I'm not playing online, if I want to mix it up or something. Like they definitely could add a lot more. Like add when you get a new contract, allowing us to actually use the currency for something in the game, or make it stubs, or the ability to maybe hire your own agent. There's a few things they could do. I don't want to see it turn into NBA 2K though. Have you
had any issues, Derek, playing Road to the Show with like how you move up between the different levels?
Not really.
Between single, double, because I hear I see some people always whining about that aspect. I don't play enough Road to Show to know.
You get caught up faster than most players do in real life, and even when you're killing it, you'll eventually get caught up. I don't have a problem with it at all. I don't want to get caught up in 2 weeks. I kind of enjoy playing down in AA and AAA because you only do it your first year, really, and then you're caught up for 20-plus years or however long you play.
Did you make a real-life player, or did you just make somebody up, or what?
I just always modeled after myself, and then I made like a shortstop. Then I made a pitcher, and then I made a Kenny Powers closer. And what I like about it is it carries over.
Out.
So, yeah, you're fucking out. But what I love of what they've done this year is it carries over from year to year, and they add the licensed equipment. So that did add a little bit of depth to the mode. And there's just more they could add. And I really wish NBA 2K did that with theirs, and they'll never do it because theirs is online integrated. So.
Well, I know they added that radio show, and I was asking Twin about that, what he sort of thought of it.
That was a good idea, but I really haven't even played franchise mode that much this year. I played it more last year. I like they're adding stuff, but they still have a bit to do, and I think they're going to be more focused on Diamond Dynasty and franchise mode.
Yeah.
More than anything, I think for Road to the Show, we're going to see bare bones. We might see a few subtle changes for each installment. But I don't ever see that happening, and I don't know if I would want that because I know they're a small company, organization, and that'd take a lot of resources and manpower, and I'd rather be focused on their online or their franchise mode. Maybe online franchise especially.
I
Did we lose somebody?
think we did. I think we lost CJ.
CJ.
Oh, damn.
It's all right. The show must go on.
The show must go on.
I saw a couple of questions here actually. Not really related to that, but we had the new packs today. What did you guys think of those?
Go ahead, Cardinal Bird. I haven't.
Yeah, Cardinal Bird Open. You got a YouTube video on it, right?
Yeah, I got a YouTube video. I also did some on stream. I didn't get no good legends, but I mean there's quite a few legends that you could sell for over 50K. But 50K is pretty expensive. I'm not gonna lie. Even though San Diego Studios is giving them to me for free, and I'm promoting them, it is pretty expensive. I really wouldn't recommend those unless you have a lot of stubs. I really like the I forgot what they're called. What the silver ones? The guaranteed silver ones. They're like a couple K, maybe 3K.
The Young Guns.
I got like 5 or 6 golds.
Yeah.
Probably out of like 20 packs. So I really like those. And then they had the
You got like 4 goals in a row, I think, on the YouTube
yeah,
video.
I really enjoyed those. I got Altuve, which is a great pool. And then
Nice.
the other ones were okay. I didn't get no diamonds or anything crazy out of them. So as usual, the silver ones seem to be the best ones to get.
Yeah, those Cooperstown ones seemed like a bit of a stretch with some of the players they had as golds that they would.
Oh yeah, I noticed
project
that.
being in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I noticed that.
So welcome back, Slider. I don't know
Dude.
what happened over there.
I got
Internet.
Das Boot. It was Google timed me out. Like, it signed me out all of a sudden. I don't even know why.
Oh, really? That's
Uh,
weird. Would you like to start the next topic?
This is what's in the pack, by the way. We got Cooperstown bound. So that's we talked about. It's 13,326 stubs for the zip code of Cooperstown, New York. You have 3 players, 1 guaranteed gold or higher, 1 legend for the Legends one, and then the Young Guns that Cardinal Bird was talking about were kind of cool. Yeah, I've seen a lot of pretty decent pulls out of the Young Guns actually from just fans tweeting at me.
So what else is in the legend pack besides 1 legend
It's all
player?
legends.
Or
One
that's all it
legend.
is, 1 legend?
One
Yeah.
legend player.
Basically 1 out of 30. It's 30 players.
It's not a
Yeah.
pack at all then, it's a card.
It's a card. Yeah,
Alright.
it's a single card. It's got bubble gum in it though, I think, right?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't even have gum. No gum.
I think I have like
happy.
42 packs of gum or something, man.
I asked Lance if they could send those packs to my new account that I made, and he said yes. So I said it was going to be a pack-only account, so I'll have at least 5 legends on my.
That's cool. I should have them do that for mine because I have like so many players and stubs on my main account. I can't even do anything with it.
Right.
Yeah, I think a lot of us here actually started alternate accounts, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
All
and,
of us.
and the idea was just to start fresh, give it a shot. We're halfway through the season. Let's see what we do in the second half.
I've started 4. I pretty much do it every year. I just get bored of playing my main team, and yeah, I did like
It's hard for you guys to get games too, isn't it? I mean,
yeah, you guys. I don't know if you're
shit,
watching
you
my
have to sit
stream.
there
But
forever.
I had like 300 viewers in there. I think at one point. I think I did. I don't know. And then I tried to go play a game, and it's just waiting. So eventually I had to switch over. I just
That's
can't.
thrilling stream, huh?
Yeah, and it just frustrates me, and I try not to get too frustrated on stream about it, but it really pisses me off.
It's a problem, man. I'm not sure what's to be done about it, but it is definitely.
It's a problem because a lot of the streamers are top players. So
Yeah.
you got a lot of those guys that are promoting your game, and we're just sitting here waiting. Yeah.
Glittering and. So it's getting to like 9:42. I don't know. Do we want to do like one more topic and then maybe do the giveaways and then kind of finish
Is it
it?
that
I don't
time?
know what the plan is.
Yeah,
We're
I'll
getting-
have a
we're getting
blast.
close. I know
We
it
got
is
a bunch
fun.
of questions we didn't get to, but we can wait. I mean, we can wait because I know people are eager for that giveaway, and I'm gonna leave that up to Sauce on tonight. But let's do this one for sure. This one is a good one. This is from Corey. Corey46. Who's a regular in both you guys' streams, and he's also a real baseball player too. And
Damn.
he wants to know how some tips for holding runners and limiting the run game. The slide step seems to have helped a little bit, but what do you guys think?
I got the perfect video for you to watch on my YouTube page.
Shameless plug.
No, it was funny though. There really isn't like that good of a way, except I mean, you got to do pitch outs occasionally, try to keep them guessing on Not always do them just the first pitch. Maybe do it the second pitch if you did it the first pitch last time. Keep them guessing on when you're gonna do it, and then throw a pickoff attempt every once in a while. I mean, obviously they don't work very often, but slide steps and stuff like that. I mean, you just got to do the best you can. It's unfortunate with guys like D. Gordon and Billy Hamilton. I mean, really, 75% of the time they're gonna get a steal on you, and you just got to face the facts and hope that they foul off balls and stuff like that.
Like I feel like it's 90+%. In real life, I think D. Gordon's what, like 66% success rate.
Right.
And so the problem I feel like is they allow you to take a lead off this year without any consequence. You can just sit there and try to throw over, and you can still lead off. That shit pisses me off so fucking much. Because in the past, they'd always be picked off if they kept doing that. I mean, so the best way, there's a few things. You can always step off and throw over. You have 3 different pickoff moves. You have deceptive, you have quick, and then you just have casual. I think if you hold the button, it's deceptive. If you tap it, it's the casual. And then if you tap it twice, it's the quick one. So try mixing those up. And mix it up when you actually do it. Like, as soon as you come set, do the quick one. And then sometimes just sit there and hold the ball. Sometimes it's holding the ball. If they're manual stealers, we'll throw them off. A lot of people don't really manual steal anymore, though. And then other than that, just like Method Man says, mix up your slide steps. Sometimes pitch out the first pitch. It's really a cat-and-mouse game. It can just become a guessing game at some point. I mean, the slide step has really helped a lot this year, but then they kind of negated it with this freaking, you can lead off with anybody now. Zero steal and 0 speed. You can lead off with them, and they always get back.
Yeah, your pitchers.
Yeah, and there's one more thing actually I should mention. Get a left-handed first baseman because they'll have a quicker tag animation.
So who are some left-handed first basemen that are actually legitimate enough to start for you?
Will Clark and Anthony Rizzo. And I think Fred McGriff.
Yeah.
Joey Votto used to be pretty good.
Joey Votto throws right-handed, though, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he does.
The reason why I mentioned as well the YouTube video, for those of you that might not know, it's called the Pickoff Standoff on YouTube.
Yeah,
I think it's like my best video. This guy literally, I don't even know how many times, but it was right around 30 times this guy continually tried picking off D. Gordon. And I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to let him keep trying. And finally, as I kept saying, like I messaged him, I was like, are you serious? He's like, yeah, I'm serious. Are you? I was like, yeah, fuck it, I don't care. I'll do this all night. He's like, I got it all night too. It's like, all right, well, sooner or later, either he's going to pick me off or he's going to overthrow the ball. And then finally, I won't give you guys the secret. If you haven't seen it, you should check it out. But it's pretty funny.
I don't know how the game allowed him to do that so much. I thought there was a limit on it.
It went on for 5.5 minutes, dude. Like it blew my mind.
I thought there was like a limit.
I think there is a limit. It's stopped me from throwing over after like 2 or 3. The strategy I'll use is like kind of what Cardinal Bird said. I'll throw over first to let him know he's on first with a speedy guy. I'll pitch out on first pitch, and then I'll try to quick pitch second and third. And if it's like even if it's a 2-1 count, I'll try to pitch out on a 2-1 count. And even though it's a 3-1 count after that, it may not be wise. But I've thrown out quite a few guys on 2-1 counts, thinking there's no way he's going to pitch out, and I'll do it.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's psychology.
And I've done a lot of pitch outs where I'm not even
game.
That's what's frustrating this year. I've done a lot of, I guessed right a lot, and in third base it seems to be glitched out. Like they don't tag them fast enough. They're just they don't straddle the bag correctly. So I don't know.
They could have like a whole body's length away by the time your third baseman catches the ball, and they still won't tag it.
That's frustrating.
It's fine, but when they're stealing third at will, that is so frustrating because they can just manufacture runs so much easier when you get a runner to third less than 2 outs, and they really don't have to have any skill to prove it. And
yeah, if D. Gordon gets on with 1 out, and you hit a ground ball to the right side, by the time he steals second, steals third, I mean it's an easy run. Yeah.
So frustrating.
Coming up in the next episodes, we'll be able to view some PlayStation actual gameplay. I figured out a way to do that. Just didn't have time to set it up today.
Cool.
So we'll be able to show some actual screen images of what you guys are talking about right now.
Nice.
Sauce, this one might be right up your alley, buddy. What do you think? This is from my buddy Sam. Sam's a D-backs fan. Which categories for hitters and pitchers affect the player's rating the most? Certainly, anybody could chime in, though.
Yeah, all right, I'll kick it off. I think it all just depends on their position. The developers have said that each position is weighted differently. So when you're talking about right fielders, for instance, in the outfield, their defense, their arm are extremely important. And so if you've got a guy like JD Martinez right now, who's one of the better hitters in right field based on his ratings, but low fielding and low arm, that's the reason that you're just not going to see his overall go up. So what we have seen, and I think the trend this entire year, is the developers are very hesitant to move anything when it comes to hitters besides their contact, power, some vision, and then stealing. Other than that, they don't really touch speed all that much. They haven't touched discipline too much. They haven't touched the clutch. So it's really that contact, power. Those are the 4 categories: the contact versus lefties, righties, and power versus lefties, righties, that you'll really see. When it comes to pitching, what do you guys think?
Pitching, like that. Well,
which attributes?
For starting pitchers, obviously stamina is going to have more of a weight than for relievers and closers. I mean, so the hits per 9, the per 9s are very important. So keep in mind the home runs per 9 actually it affects their overall, but it does not do anything in the game. And this has been, they've announced this almost every year. I've seen on OS where one of the devs have went on there and said it, and I've always gotten debates with people, but it actually does not do anything. And so hits per 9 and Ks per 9 is actually the attributes that have a direct impact on the hitters. It actually shrinks their PCI, and then walks per 9 allows you to execute your interface easier. And then you also have individual pitch control. Each pitch has a certain control. And so what that does is the control, say you have 99 fastball control, it'll make, so you're using a meter or analog, and you throw a fastball, it makes the interface easier to use. And I got that mixed around. Walks per 9 actually it makes it, like, so if you get a good pitch, it's going to go to that spot more often.
So Zach Greinke right now has a great walks per 9.
Yeah. So it's kind of confusing, but if you think about it, it makes sense. And then what else? Clutch. They said it. I don't think it really does much.
Yeah, when it comes to pitchers, I think they've really limited it to stamina and those per 9 categories. That's all they really touch throughout the year.
Yeah. So hits per 9 and Ks per 9, in my opinion, is the most important things, especially for All-Star, because it's pretty easy to hit the strike zone anyway. And like you said with the position players, each position is weighted differently. So like first base and left field are more affected by power than the other positions, and shortstop, second base, and center field are more affected by contact, and third base and right field are kind of hybrids, arm strength, defense, and power. So.
Yeah, I'll just add one last thing, and if Matt or CJ, if you have anything to add, when I did the All-Star break predictions for pitchers, I used the per 9 categories, right? And you could see really clearly when it came to David Price, Madison Bumgarner, that really their stamina and their clutch, along maybe with the break, were really what's keeping them at a 92 overall, where they've got low 70s, mid 70s, hits per 9, walks per 9, K per 9. They're not really that great or dominant in those categories, but it's that stamina and the clutch, which, that's really what's keeping them at a 99 or 92. I mean, so I think that's where you gotta kind of take a look at, would you want a pitcher that's really good control or has got really good stamina? And I think as Cardinal Bird's saying, I kind of would lean towards those per 9 guys versus the stamina, but usually when you get to the elite tiers, you got both.
Yeah, I mean, I would look at velocity, hits per 9, and K per 9. I think those are the most important things.
Sure. When it comes to the upgrades, I don't think they've touched velocity for anyone. Same with the break, even clutch.
Yeah. I don't think they have. Like we talked about Tanaka, they edited his pitches, so they barely ever do that. So That was unique.
Durability, I'll just throw that in. It's kind of not related, but durability is not tradable and doesn't mean anything in this mode.
Yeah.
Creative guy.
Durability is useless.
I remember people last year, though. It's kind of interesting, Derek. I don't know why they kept it in there, but a lot of people used to train HR per 9 thinking that it did something.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I definitely tried it with my Dynasty guys, and I left them at like
a lot of the people
9 and stuff, and it didn't
experiencing
make
the placebo effect. But
yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
If you guys know, I don't know, CJ, you might know him. The guy named Nomo I was talking about, he did like an in-depth Excel spreadsheet on MLB 13 stats of Diamond Dynasty, and he did like home runs per 9 for one category. And I never trained it, and I was like one of the higher ones for at least giving up home runs per 9. And you've seen other users on there that actually trained it. So I don't think there's any correlation. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't do anything. It's pretty much placebo. I mean, if you want to not give up home runs, hits per 9 and K per 9, and avoid the middle part of the plate.
All right, this one's from Munching Oreo. also a regular on Twitch, who submitted this one through Mathedman's channel. I like this question, and we've thought about this. How about a DD fantasy draft, like fantasy baseball? Then you guys could play each other. It's really difficult. I actually thought about asking Derek and Matt to do the All-Star game that way. I thought maybe a draft would have made it a little bit more fair, but it seemed like as soon as we put it out there, the community really wanted to see AL versus NL. So maybe next year we can add like 2 different games or something like that, to where 2 people could draft out of a pool of players that are selected by the community. I think that's cool. Sounds like that's what Oreo would like to see. In terms of matching up, though, it'd be really hard to do like a tournament or something like that. But we're trying to work it out.
You could do a tournament through the online because I've done that in the past.
Yeah, you totally could. And if we could figure out how to like load Operation Sports rosters in there, it'd be even better. But
yeah, you can do that.
Right. So maybe we're gonna talk about that behind the scenes when it comes closer to postseason. We might do like a top Twitch streamer tournament, or I don't know. We can figure out like what you guys want to do. Derek, give that some thought. What do you think about that? Like drafting players from a pool, though, Matt?
What's the difference between that idea than the idea of just doing like a fantasy franchise draft? You know what I'm saying?
Would legends not be involved then?
Yeah, I guess that's true.
You can include them
in the
You could
franchise
include
mode.
them. Depends on what rosters you load, but you could include them.
Yeah, you can even load people's rosters where they have a lot more legends.
Hmm.
But I mean, that
seems like an even more interesting way to go
I think
about
it'd
it.
be fun to do a tournament, but I don't think like a whole season. I don't know. It's hard.
Yeah,
for
I
people
agree.
to stay focused to that,
Definitely.
especially if everybody's on a different schedule.
Stay tuned though, because a lot of people have been asking about like a tournament style thing between some of the top players. So.
I remember MVP Baseball had online tourneys.
Yeah,
I don't know.
be fun. We could still set it up though, maybe. What did we miss?
This guy's asking about the Twins. I don't know if we're...
Oh yeah, you guys want to talk about that real quick? What do you think that? Actually, let's go to this one first. Hold on.
Go ahead. I'll look up the Twins real quick.
I got a better one to start us out. You can talk about what teams at the bottom of their division can do to make a run to the playoffs.
Well, let me check the standings.
I'm gonna pull those up right now too.
Wait, the teams at the bottom?
The teams at the bottom, which are not that many games out, and nobody really is
Oh,
that
okay.
far eliminated.
Well,
right
I was listening to the Mets and hearing how they're not going to do anything to like replace Kadire in left field. They're going to bring up some guy from AAA, and they're just a few games behind the Nats. But it's like they've just given up already, and they don't want to go trade for someone. And they don't. Yeah.
They got a rebate in somebody, didn't they?
They got what?
I thought they got a rebate today, or maybe somebody was lying to me.
A rebate?
Uribe won Uribe, did they?
Oh,
me
you're
check.
a rebate.
Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe one of my viewers was lying to me.
Here we go with the AL standings right now. I did not think the White Sox would be in the cellar, to be honest with you, this year. I thought the Twins were going to end up in the cellar in that division.
Yeah. I mean, the Indians are kind of interesting. We were talking about the Tigers, too, like Price and Cespedes are on the block, but they're 4 games out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's weird? I think the strangest team to me is Oakland. They have a really good run differential, and they're in last place, and they're 11 games out. I mean, they can still make a push for a wild card, but they just traded freaking Kazner.
Wait, they're 11 games out?
And they always
Yeah.
seem like a better second half team too, like every year.
They have a better run differential than the Yankees do, and the Orioles, and they're in last place. So I don't know.
It's kind of interesting.
I mean, the
I
White
thought
Sox.
Texas was going to be down the bottom.
The White Sox, I think, are the worst scoring team in all of baseball.
Yeah.
If I'm not correct.
They have Melky Cabrera batting cleanup.
Yeah. All right, NL.
All right.
So are we talking about this year? Who do we think can make a run?
Yes.
That's
Oops.
tough, man.
We're trying to pick teams that are kind of that are lagging behind who we think could make a run and what they would need to do.
I know this might be a little biased, but I mean, I gotta say the Mariners, man. Their team is just too good on paper to really ever count them out. If they could just step up and hit the fucking ball.
They're almost 11 back though.
Yeah, they're paying Cano $20 million, and he's got a negative WAR right now, I believe.
Yeah, but he's been doing pretty decent lately, though. I gotta say.
Their offense, just for whatever reason, man, their offense is always, even with Cruz. I'd hate to see where they're at without Cruz.
They crush right-handed pitching, though. They crush them.
But they crush right-handed pitching? Yeah, they have all those lefties, though.
Yep.
Yeah.
So in Diamond Dynasty, or even in just online, I guess they'd be kind of good.
Yeah, I used them last year a lot.
All right, so NL here. We got the Phillies and Marlins. They're hopeless.
Hell no.
The Braves could make a run if Freddie Freeman gets healthy.
Nah.
I
don't know. What do you guys think about the Braves? That's an interesting one.
I think they're overperformed. I think they're just going to keep sliding down.
What about the Padres? Like, they were expected to be
I'm looking at the Padres or even the D-backs. The D-backs have a pretty solid lineup. They're actually leading West. They're actually leading the NL in runs. Shit, didn't know that.
They've got an incredible offense, man. The pitching is killing them.
I was gonna say, who's their ace? I don't even know who their ace is.
It's a good question.
Ray?
It's Patrick Corbin now.
Oh, Corbin's back. That's right.
Yeah. Before that, it was kind of up in the air. Before that, it was. They didn't have anybody. Cole Mentor, really.
I'm surprised the Padres pitching has been so bad.
What do you guys think the Giants are going to do at the end here? I mean, they never go away. Do you think they're going to catch the Dodgers?
I think it's.
I don't know, man. With Kershaw and Greinke playing the way they're playing right now, I don't see it happening.
I think the Dodgers are built better for the season. The Giants are probably more for the. I don't know. I think they just got kind of lucky last year because outside of Bumgarner, they didn't have nobody, and Dodgers on paper had a much better staff. But I think the Giants will compete with the Cubs for that last wildcard spot.
I agree, and I think Matt Cain. If you look at Cain's numbers, he's been back and pitching pretty well, but. He'll be a factor. Same with Lincecum, I think. But they've got the back end of the bullpen, and they got the hitters to do it. And Pence is healthy now. I think he's swinging pretty well.
I really like their lineup, and that's scoring 411 runs is really, really, really good for AT&T Park. Like, that's amazing. I really like their lineup.
Yeah, so. I like the Giants as much as I like the Cardinals for the way they construct their teams and the way they have pitching and all that.
Yeah.
I'd like to do a full segment on the Cardinals and sort of the way that their philosophy has come to be called the Cardinal Way. Now they always have somebody coming up and are thinking ahead. I was talking to somebody on Twitter, I think it was Alex Elway, about that, about how Cardinals really are always thinking ahead and planning for the unexpected, and that puts them in a good position to compete every year.
Yeah, for whatever reason, these last few years, they have played amazing in close games. I can't explain it. Like last year, they really weren't even a 91 team, in my opinion. But somehow I think they scored like 615 runs last year, which is terrible.
Yeah.
They still won 90 games. So, I mean, I don't know. It might be luck. Might be just be the bullpen, pitching staff in general.
I think, would we all agree that San Diego's probably been the biggest flop?
San Diego and the White Sox. I didn't really expect much from the White Sox, but San Diego, I thought their pitching staff would be a lot better than what it is.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Yeah, they were buyers at the beginning of the year. Now they are sellers.
Yeah, they're trying to get rid of Shields, and they just signed him to that 4-year deal.
But I think everything I've heard from the experts is they just constructed their team poorly. Or they bought a lot of pieces, they just didn't buy the right pieces.
Yeah, you can't get 4 corner outfielders or whatever.
Right. And have Will Myers be your leadoff guy.
Yeah. They're playing him at center field and first base. It was weird. It was weird.
He's such a good athlete though. He did pretty well.
I like the guy. I think he's pretty good. Yeah. They probably should have just got him and not worried about Kemp, but I don't know.
He's always busted though. Like he's so young and he's already getting busted up like every year.
That's true. That's true.
It's hard to count on him.
San Diego is one of those teams that really needs a legitimate first baseman. Who's their first baseman? Alonso?
Yep. Who's actually had not a terrible year, and he's a decent contact guy, but really they don't have any to get those guys in that they get on base.
For playing at Petco, their offense isn't doing bad. It's just their pitching.
What's Kemp doing? You have stats pulled up?
I'm gonna have to check.
Shitty, I think.
But I mean, their pitching is
He's been
almost
picking
near
it up
Colorado.
lately. I think he's hit like 4 home runs in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, their pitching is almost near what Colorado's are, and Colorado's playing, 5,000 plus feet above sea level, and they're at sea level. So
Right. All right, well, we are almost out of time, and Matt has to get ready to do his next gig, so we got to kind of get moving on this. So we are recording all the questions that have come in tonight, though, and if we didn't get to them tonight, we'll try and get to them on the next show. And we will have Ryan will be back next time, and I think we're going to try and get another guest host to join us, and we're also going to do call-ins. If anybody wants to do any call-in questions and topics, add me on Skype. It's Outside Slider, and add me to your contacts so I know that you're there, and tweet me your question or something so I know what's going on, and then we'll definitely get you in on the next one. So for now, though, do we have any unfinished business you guys want to take care of tonight?
Gamboa giveaway, right?
Besides that, Matt,
Just
what do you
make
want to
sure
talk
to
about
remember-
about your thing?
Yeah, just a quick shout out. At 11 p.m., which is now 46 minutes away, roughly, Eastern Standard Time, of course. GSC Late Night, GameStreamingCentral.com. I'm going to be the guest on their late night talk show. So feel
yeah,
free to tune into that. GameStreamingCentral.com, like I said.
How do we harass you? I mean, ask questions?
It's going to be hosted from K-Dog's Twitch
yeah,
page.
you can go in there and ask questions.
K-Dog 3 and 4, so feel free. I've given him shout-outs in my stream many times, so feel free. I might be able to even really hurry up and put
So, yeah, let me-
stamp on so you guys can see it.
Yeah, let me kind of piggyback off GSC. I've been partnered with them, I guess you'd call it, since I started streaming back in February. Guys, I know a lot of you guys come into my stream and ask me, how'd you get started in streaming? That's the really good way to go get started. Go to their page. They have a lot of good tips. You can send an application, and if they like what they see, you clean your page up, they can put you on their front page, and it'll help you. And, of course, as a community, we all help each other and rate each other and whatnot. Of course, I'm more focused on the sports community, so I help more, like Math and Man and K-Dog out. But that's a great way to get started in streaming, guys, if you're looking for something.
And
Some,
also,
reference
along
resources.
with that, I'm pretty sure that topic, I don't know what they're going to ask me tonight with questions and stuff like that, but I'm pretty sure the topic of growing streams will probably come up in that stream. So, oh shit, hold on, man. It's not 4 and 4, it's 3 and 4. I don't know how the fuck I typed 3 twice.
It's 3 and 4, but if anybody is watching this through Google
3 and
Plus,
4.
or even if you're on YouTube, go to our Google Plus profile and click on the About tab, and you'll see a link to K-Dog's stream. He's a
Yeah.
friend of our show.
Make sure you guys follow K-Dog. He's a really good sports streamer as well. He does a little bit of everything, a variety streamer. He's actually got a really cool setup. He streams out of his garage. It's
He's the only standing streamer, and it's
Yeah,
fucking
he stands up
trademarked.
the whole time he streams. It's really cool. So make sure you guys
He's
follow
an
him.
Austin fan.
Yeah,
So
it's a real cool stream to check out, and definitely check it out tonight, if you have time. Go by his stream. That's where the
Me
show
and Derek
will be.
will be in there, so come say hi to us too, and let K-Dog know that you're in
I
there.
think you're gonna. Yeah, let's try to blow up their stream tonight, because
We're
usually
gonna
they're
do
around
it.
20 to 30 viewers. I think we can beat that. So
easily.
Yep. Whacking off raid.
whacking off.
Hashtag whacking off when you
No,
go.
don't
do
do that.
Don't do that.
We don't want to send our younger viewers to hashtag that.
You could do the nipple raid though. I'd be okay with that, since that's
Alright.
kind of like it just continues to be a thing on MLB. It's all Arg's fault, Average Raid Gamer. When he gets into this podcast, because he said he's down to do it sometime, I'm going to light his ass on fire because of that. Even though I really don't mind it, it's actually pretty funny. But he's the one that caused that whole thing to ever start from the beginning.
Real quick before we end and do the giveaway, we're gonna close with Sauce taking us out with that giveaway. But featured guests on this show that have been confirmed are TD Barrett, Twin Gaming, Manny, Living the Stream, K-Dog,
Nice.
Carl Dude, Alex Elway. Somebody's gonna
Nice.
talk to Arg next. You can find links to all of their Twitch streams on our About profile underneath where it says introduction and tagline. And I highly recommend that you follow everybody on that list because they're all great dudes or we wouldn't have put them on there. And if you guys want to add anybody to that, feel free to click on the edit and add some people. These were just the
TJ,
top ones.
TJ, I got a question for our viewers who are watching either on demand on YouTube or live right now. How do they make sure that they always see when we're live if they don't see us on Twitter? I know they can get like a notification if they're following us through Google Plus, right?
Right. If you add us to your circles, one of us will make sure that we send out an announcement to everybody that has us added to their circles.
And
So
that's through which profile?
That's through MLB The Show Insiders. Walking off, where everybody's watching this on Google Plus now. Walking off, MLB The Show Insiders. Please follow us. We're just starting this page out. I just created it last night because I figured out we set it up the wrong way, actually, the first time. So we need everybody to follow this and give it a +1. Our podcast tonight would be awesome. And we got to do that giveaway. What question do you guys think was the best tonight? Real quick, for the 25,000 stubs, which of the viewer questions would you guys vote up as the best one?
I really like the one about the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, we got to hear about that.
It really proposed a lot of information, especially with the whole steroids and all that involved with it.
Yeah, I like that one too. What do you think, Derek?
Sounds good. That's what I was gonna say.
XKCat, congratulations, dude. 25,000 stubs. You were in Matt's stream yesterday. Yeah. Hit me up on Twitter, and we will DM to figure out a time to take care of that, or I'll see you in Matt and Cardinal Bird's streams. And I'm gonna let Sauce take this over here.
Don't we have an applause button?
We do, but
I did.
You guys got to help me out because I got like 40 screens here. Feels like NASA in my house.
So
All right.
yeah, we'll do the Eddie Gamboa ball giveaway right now. Here it is. It's real, and I know some people asked, do I have one for myself? No, I don't. He ended up signing the MLB The Show game for me. So a while back, earlier this week, right before the interview got kind of public, I put up online that he did an autograph, and so we give it away. So let me show you real quick. Share the screen here. Let's see here. Nope. There we are. So we put up this little autograph message that Gamboa had a message for you. He wanted to give away this ball, so here we are. And just as I was about to give it away, I saw Adam Patterson, Young Guns 12 here, has just thrown his first perfect game with Eddie Gamboa. This was like seconds ago, breaking news.
Really?
9 innings, 11 strikeouts. How about that for coincidence?
That's awesome.
Adam, unfortunately, you're not entered. You did not use hashtag Eddie Gamboa. But we got a ton of Eddie Gamboa. I'm just going to scroll through it real quick. I know it's probably going to be, I think there were 540 entries. I'm just scrolling all the way through these since the 21st of July. Today's July 24th. There we go. So here they all are. 539 tweets in total that use the hashtag Eddie Gamboa. You can see multiple people use multiple times. It really won't help you. So why don't you guys give me a number, CJ Outside Slider? Why don't you tell me a number 1 through 10, and we'll pick a page here. Let's see.
I'm not even going to look, so nobody's going to pick anything.
Can't
1 through 10, I'm going to pick the lucky number 7.
7. All right, we go to page 7. All right, now, Matt, you give me a number 1 through 10.
2.
2. All right, so the second person on this page will win the Eddie Gamboa signed ball. That is Alex Lapinski at ALA Pinsky 3. So congratulations, Alex.
Yeah! All right, Alex.
Congrats, Alex.
Woo!
There we go. So, Alex, I'm going to get in touch with you. We'll get you the Eddie Gamboa ball. Congratulations, buddy.
I think I just got shocked by my microphone.
This will be yours.
Maybe not.
Oh, that's awesome. Everybody follow MLB The Show _tips on Twitter because he did this without knowing what he was going to get, and he had the community in mind the entire time, and it has been bigger than I think anybody anticipated. So how cool is that, man, that you took the initiative to do that for the community, and now you've given this ball away to that guy? Awesome.
I would say go follow Eddie Gamboa on Twitter, but he's not there. But yeah, and got to thank Eddie. And thank the Norfolk Tides and the Charlotte Knights as well for helping coordinate that interview, and of course we wouldn't have the ball.
All right.
That's great.
So everybody, once again, congrats, Alex, for winning the ball. XK Cat, once again, congrats on the 25K stub giveaway. We are going to be ending the podcast tonight. We appreciate you all being here. It's been awesome answering all your questions. And once again, always feel free to use hashtag walking off on Twitter if you have good ideas for topics and stuff like that as well. Does anybody else have anything that you want to add before we end the podcast tonight?
Let's raid K-Dog stream.
Yeah, real quick.
I go to K-Dog stream.
That at KDog3N4 is not his stream. That's his. Well, that's his stream there. His Twitter's KDog TV. Just to give you guys a quick heads up. So, that's his stream name, KDog3N4. That's where we'll be doing the GSE late night, where I will be the lucky special guest. And luckily, since I've drank a few beers, I'm not as nervous as I was about it earlier. So it's gonna be fun. I hope you guys get into that stream. I'm gonna take a little break before I get in there. I need to take a piss, but once again, we appreciate you all being here. Have a good night, and we will see you at the next podcast.
And when is the next podcast? When is the next podcast?
Derek, are you good on Tuesday?
Yeah, that's fine.
Tuesday is good for me.
All right, Tuesday night.
28th, right?
That'll be the 28th, yeah.
Sure.
All right. We will have a special guest lined up, and all of us will be tweeting out whoever that's going to be. But we'd like to add call-in guests, so that's the last thing I want to add.
Yes.
Call-in guests. Follow us on Twitter.
We will see you guys in about 45 minutes, or sooner maybe.
All right, see you guys.
Later. Thanks again. Bye.
Congratulations, Alex.